What's up, people? And welcome to another Lee's Corner. What's going on, folks? Oh man, we got a lot on the show today. We have a lot to talk about today. So I'm just gonna dive right in. We're gonna first talk about the situation with Tyre Nicholes. We're gonna talk about Ron DeSantis blocking a African American AP Studies course. We're gonna talk about the Republican Women's Club of South Central Kentucky, who basically host one of the police officers who shot Breonna Taylor. We're going to get to all that and more on Lee's Corner. All right, everybody, we are back. We are back. First of all, I'd like to give my condolences to the family of Richard Parker, and I'd also like to give my condolences to um, Bobby Thompson. So I'd like to give my condolences. Um, Richard Parker was on my show one time before. He's an old friend. We from the hometown of Hickory, North Carolina. We went to church together. He was younger than me, but he was always a cool cat. He came out to California to be on my show to push his initiative of trying to catch at youth kids and put them in mentoring programs, football programs, basketball programs, anything to mentor the youth to get them off the bad path. He was a great guy, and will be missed. He will be missed. Um, so after that, let's jump into this. Happy Black History Month, everybody. Happy Black History Month. That's right. We got it. Let's do it. Which way camera is that? Okay. Yeah, happy Black History Month. It's February 1st. As we know, it's Black History Month. I don't know why they chose to give us the coldest damn month for Black History Month. They know we like to be warm. I don't know what the hell that's about, but it is what it is. Um, it's a lot of crazy stuff to talk about. I don't know if I just jump in with Tyree or jump in with some other stuff. Ron DeSantis. I don't know where to go first, so I think I'm gonna go to Ron DeSantis. I'm gonna do Ron DeSantis first. All right, everybody knows Ron DeSantis is the governor of Florida. Now, everybody got their own personal feelings of Florida. Florida's been going downhill since this man has been in charge, especially for African Americans. Now, for white folks, it's probably the greatest place on earth, but for black folks, it ain't. This has been known as the state that does not like black people. And it's also been known as one of the states that do not like to be reminded of what they have done in history. In other words, they would like to erase all wrongdoings of Europeans in America. They want to erase it all. They don't want you to know about it and anything. His woke bill, he created a woke bill. Let me go back here. Ron DeSantis, let me go to the tote board here. Let's get all this. Okay. In April 2022, DeSantis signed the Stop Woke Act into law. Okay. Now, what's in this Stop Woke Act is basically saying that nothing can be taught to make somebody that can make somebody feel bad about, I guess, something their ancestors did or something of that nature. And I'm playing loosely with the words. That's pretty much what it says. You can't be made. So, in other words, you can't be made to feel bad about something your ancestors did. And we don't want to teach that. Don't you find out how funny that is that the only people that talks about is white people? There's nothing black people did in this country to make them ashamed of their ancestors, to something they've done. There's nothing that Native Americans have done in this country, which is their land, that they've done that would make them feel bad about it. There's nothing that Asian people have done in this country there's nothing that Italians have done in this country that they would look over their shoulder and be like, "Damn, that's messed up." Have you noticed they wrote a law basically protecting their white asses? He basically wrote into law a law protecting Europeans from having to sit through teachers and instructors teaching them American history, teaching them how they fucked up, how their ancestors fucked up. And as much as you don't like it, if the old saying is, if you don't pay attention to history, you're doomed to repeat it. This is the things they do not want to listen to. They don't want to listen to history. They don't want to keep knowing this history. Well, I hate to sell Mr. Ron DeSantis, but the fact of the matter is kids have Google. Kids have all kind of means to get on the internet and find out the truth that you're trying to hide to them. You no longer have to wait to go to college to get the true facts. He always talks about the indoctrination of all this kind of stuff. These black curriculums, Black Lives Matter, and all these agendas are trying to indoctrinate white people, young white kids, into believing that they're bad and their ancestors were bad. No, we're not trying to indoctrinate no more than you are trying to indoctrinate us into believing when we watch and when we read and we're taught American history that we were slaves and that's all we ever were. You don't think that's indoctrination? That we were slaves and a white man saved you? That's not indoctrination? What do you call it? Without giving these young youth the entire facts, you're selling them bullshit. You didn't care about how African Americans felt all these years of being taught that we were slaves and a white man saved you? You had no problem with that. None. You don't have a problem with the Italian studies courses. You don't have a problem with the Asian study courses, but you have a problem with the African American study courses. And some of these courses now, they're trying to make suggestions that we might take this out and we might take that out and we might take this out. I would not go one bit with Ron DeSantis over this racist shit. I would take nothing out of my curriculum. I would take his ass to court and I would sue his entire administration until we got what we want. Because we don't even know if this particular law is legal. Because if that's the case, hey, let's take American history out. It made me feel bad. It made me not like myself. It made me not think black people were shit because, you know, the way history frames you, we don't exist except to be slaves. That's it. And then you get one page about Martin Luther King, and it's supposed to be that's it. That's the whole point. You get a worksheet during Black History Month. That's it. White people created and invented everything. Black people were slaves and saved by the white man. The end. That's it. That's American history. July 2021 to 22, Florida banned between 500 and 750 books, mostly about black and white people, that tells the truth about the history in America, about the black struggle versus white people in this particular thing. And he banned 500 to 750 books. So we banning books. When's the burning going to start? We're banning books, which means we are banning education. This is supposed to be America, something they're supposed to love, talk about. Land of the free, home of the brave. But you acting like these other countries over here that you can't stand. We're supposed to be free to be able to read what we want to read, watch what we want to watch. Unless it targets them, of course. If it targets them, then it's deemed unhealthy and unnecessary. See, anything that hurts the feelings of white people is deemed unnecessary and not needed. It's too much. You don't need that. That's garbage. Junk food. Don't turn against your oppressor. Don't let our young white people find out who we are. Notice I didn't say who we were. I said who we are. Don't let them find out that. Why? Because you can't answer the questions of the past and why it's still happening today. Because you're not worried about just the past. You can answer those questions, but you can't answer why things still happening today. You can't answer the questions of why are we still being railroaded? Why are they still trying to draw redistricting lines so they can have so they can cheat during the vote and get more Republicans than Democrats, making black people's vote basically nil. And we proved it in North Carolina to be racist, and they're trying to do it everywhere. Now, this is something that was supposed to happen or supposed to end with Jim Crow and racism and Jim Crow and all that shit, slavery and all that. It didn't. It just took a different road, different avenue. It's in everything in this system. From different states and cities and counties trying to railroad people to get the white vote the way they want it so they can vote in what they want instead of what black people want and other minorities might want. It has to do with bank loans, predatory loans, and how they try to get with black folks and minorities with the predatory loans. It's in this entire system because it was built for white people, not African Americans. Oh, and they'll say, oh, we're doing better, we're doing this, we're doing that. But so why does it keep popping up? Why does it keep popping up? Every time there's a bubble burst, they find, oh, well, see, the financial district fucked up. What y'all doing? Well, we were selling ghetto loans. Yeah, that's what they call them. We were selling ghetto loans. Telling people that made $30,000 a year that you can afford $1 million house, and then we jack up the prices on them. Knowing y'all know better than that. Knowing y'all know better than that. That's the sad part about it, but that's who they are. That's who they are. Sad but true. So yeah, he banned 500 to 750 books, and now he's rejected the College Board's request to approve an AP African American Studies course. Sad but true. Like I said, if he ain't a racist, he has the characteristics of one. I'm not calling nobody no names or anything like that. But if he ain't a racist, he still carries the characteristics of one. Have to say. Now let's go to it's 2023, and it seems like the shootings carried over from 2022 to 2023. Welcome to 2023, y'all. We still having mass shootings. We had 10 people that was killed in Monterey Park, California. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that is a mostly Asian neighborhood. I hear people talk about, oh, they were so safe there. They felt so great there. They felt so this and that, the other. Now, they caught the shooter. Well, they didn't catch the shooter. They found the shooter. They didn't catch him. They found the shooter, and somebody, it was another dude that he was going to another place to shoot up the place, and this guy, another guy stopped him and disarmed him. Now, I don't know why they didn't stop him and catch the guy right there. Usually they hold the guy down for the cops. Anyway, he got away. This was a 72-year-old man named, I might be pronouncing it wrong, but Hugh Cantran. 72 years old. I believe he was an Asian male as well. He was caught in Torrance. No, he was found in Torrance, California, dead in his truck by his own hand. Asian on Asian crime. We don't talk about it a lot. See, we just like to talk about black on black crime, but there's Asian on Asian crime too. I didn't see a bunch of people talking about this in the news. It was horrible. It was terrible, but they didn't talk about that it was an Asian man. It was an Asian. Wasn't no black guys walking up in there. Wasn't no white people walking up in there. It was an Asian guy that came through and just lost his mind and started pulling the trigger on people. And it's sad, and I feel sorry for the families and the people, and I hope people of Monterey start to get back to some kind of normalcy, because I hope they realize that was probably just a one-off and probably won't ever happen there again for a very, very long time. Even though it does not take away the pain, I am sorry for your loss, for everybody in Monterey. Now, I'm going to go to Tyre Nicholes. I'll do the Republican lady later. Tyre Nicholes, 29 years old. There are several things that surfacing now. There's several things surfacing now. Let me jump on this and see if I can make some sense of it. 5 black cops, and there was 1 white cop who has not been charged yet, but we saw him stunning him with the stun gun, Tyre Nicholes. Okay, let's just get this out of the way. Was the brother doing anything wrong? No, they said they had a traffic stop, but now the captain, who was a black captain, a new black captain there, is basically saying no one can find anything that he did wrong. So he might have been pulled over illegally. We also find out that one of the cops that was kicking the shit out of him was supposed to have been dating a girl that Tyre was now dating. And that's why he pulled him over. Now, let's go to the bigger picture here. Let's widen this out and go to, it was a 5-guy hit squad. So they were part of a special unit called Scorpion. Right now, most people have a special unit for what? Well, they only have a few special units, and this is usually for drugs or for, it's either for drugs or sex trafficking. Could have been both. Fact of the matter is, they pulled the brother over. They was in an unmarked cars. It was in street clothes. He probably didn't know what the hell was going on until he saw the lights hit and like, what the hell, undercover cops? What's going on? So they pulled him out and beat him like a rag doll. Now, I did not watch this entire thing. I saw a couple clips online. I do not watch this stuff no more. I don't watch this stuff. I've watched since Mike Brown and before. I refuse to watch these videos. I'll take your word for it. I might see a clip or two from somewhere, but I'm a black man, and we in perilous times here, and I ain't got time to be making my blood pressure go up watching this stuff. I ain't got time for that. I ain't got no. But I will say, they beat this man like a rag doll, like he didn't have no sense, and they did it mostly because they knew that they could get away with it, or thought they could get away with it. Now, I don't know why, in a way, they thought they could get away with it. The only way I think is they got that blue on. You were black before you was blue. That's what we try to tell all these people. You was black before you was blue. But sometimes black folks need a little reminder. You are not white boy. White boy has the power. Period. They have the power when it comes to being police. If you don't know it then, you know it now. There was no fraternal order to police. There was no union to come and take up for you. Nobody said, as far as I know, ain't said shit. When it's all the white boys, you hear the union reps talking. You hear the fraternal order to police talking. This was a clean shoot. This was a such and such. Everything went by the book. It was great. I'm sorry for the dead black nigger on the ground, but everything is fine. And we made the right call, do the protocol. Well, maybe our protocols need to change. So I hear that a lot. It's like if it's according to police protocol, then it's legal. And I'm like, well, then maybe we need to change police protocol. How do we do that? Maybe some people that's not in the police department needs to help y'all change police protocol, because it seems like if it's so-called by the book, then it's an okay shoot. If y'all say it's okay, then it was okay. We done everything by the book. Maybe the book needs to change. If you don't follow my order, I have a right to shoot you. Since when? And when was you gonna let me in on that? That was an interesting thing to me. When was you gonna let me in on this? So, like I said before, I'll go over. See that they beat this man. They beat this man so bad, and it wasn't even necessary. And they were trying to kill him. Let's just be real. They was trying to kill him. But this ain't nothing new. And I hope they put these brothers underneath the jail cell, underneath the ground. But the funny part about the situation, if there was anything, is whenever you've seen in the past, whenever a black cop gets involved in something, he's always the one that goes down. It's happened before. It's in the first time. Chicago, two black top cops stopped a guy, a white guy from robbing a store, shot into his windshield 120 times. They were put under the jail because he had a kid in the car. White cops shoot inside the cars of black people with their kids in the car all the time. And hey, it's protocol. It's all right. Nobody is saying anything. And I remember they had a shooting in Texas. The first thing the Texas cop said, hey, if you don't like it, become a cop. And you can help change things. Why the fuck am I going to become a cop? So y'all could throw me in jail the first time I do something I think was a right call, but nobody's going to come to my defense. The fraternal order of the police ain't saying nothing. Ain't nobody else saying nothing. Why nobody saying nothing? Why is nobody trying to help these brothers? Because they don't care. You've had more people go for the white boy in South Carolina that shot a dude that was running away from him in the back. You've had the fraternal order of the police. You've had the union coming up talking about trying to defend a dude that shot a brother in the back running away from him. But you won't come and defend these black dudes. Why? Because it works for them either way. Okay, you're a black cop, you're going to fuck up, and then we're going to send your ass to prison. So they just want black people out of here, period. So this becoming a cop thing to help your people ain't necessarily the right thing, because you could be trying to help your people and still get put away. Sad but true. That's what we have to think about. And I love the media spin. It's so funny now because the media feels so free to be able to talk freely about police officers now. When it's black people, they feel, oh, this is so animalistic. They were just toying with them. It was horrible. I mean, I've never seen anything quite like this. They were taunting him. And then they went and talked to each other like nothing ever happened. And they were talking about, planning things and say he grabbed your gun. Like that's the first time they have ever heard that. But when white cops get caught, all the people that's doing the news get kind of tight-lipped. Well, we'll see what the jury has to say. It might not even go to trial. We'll see what just happened. We're going to try to get the tape and, no snap judgments and what happened before the tape. And we don't really know. Let's try to see. Let's keep an open mind, guys. And I don't know. It looked horrible, though. It looked horrible, but you got to see. See, when white people, it looked horrible. It was terrible. But they don't go into the graphicness that they feel so comfortable with doing with black people. Oh, they tell you your feelings when it's black cops. Oh, because they don't fear anything. There's not going to be anything that they fear after that because those are the black cops. They're not doing it to white cops. See, they know that in their minds, in a lot of these white people's minds, the police are still the last line of defense between black race and white race, which there is no black and white race. There's only one human race. White people, Europeans, or conquistadors, actually. The whatchamacalls came up with this in the 1500s about trying to separate people up into race and all this other kind of stuff. You're black, I'm white. Before that, and we're still using that outdated way to identify people. You're the black race. You're the white race. Really? We all came from the same people, Africans. So if you all came from one person and there's no other species here, what are you? Exactly. Nobody wants to pay attention to the science until they want to. Then all of a sudden, oh yeah, we understand. Yeah. But my point is, yeah, the newscasters and everybody else, oh, they just went in on the brothers, didn't they? Oh, they just went. And I don't mind because they were bad, but I'm just saying, look at the differences and how the news reports on these black cops versus how they report on the white cops to do the same exact thing. Another thing that's just, we all know the truth too, is they were talking about, come on, these cops were arrested and everything within less than 20 days. They were arrested, fired. They were fired and charged in less than 20 days. You can't even get the tape from white folks for a year or 2 years. I mean, I never understood how stupid it was to you commit a crime, police, you get to keep you get to keep the tape of you committing the crime. That's like me going on. That's like me taping myself. Like kids used to do, tape themselves and put them on Facebook and Instagram, and they get arrested for doing stupid shit. That would be like me taping myself, putting it out there for some people to see, or some people caught it on tape. But I kept my tape, and I got to keep it and look at the evidence and be like, okay, I'm not turning it over to y'all until I get to study everything and build me a defense. Really? But that's what the cops get to do. They get to keep the evidence, build their defense on it, and then decide when they want to give it to the DA, when they want to give it to the people at large, and everybody else. That's how it works. That should be illegal. All tapes and everything else like that should be confiscated or automatically uploaded to the DA's office or to a neutral party. So we can have that for evidence and everything else. They shouldn't be able to tell another story surrounding it. They shouldn't have a chance to get on their toes and get a story together. No. They shouldn't have a chance to get a story together. It should be out there, barefaced, just like the dude that they killed and got their ass cut. He don't get to put any context to why he got his ass whooped. He's either dead or in jail. Usually winds up dead. So he doesn't get a chance to put a context with why he got his ass whooped or why he got murdered. So why should the police get to put context with it? A dead man tells no tales. That's why they keep killing us. But like I said before, there's going to come a time where you're going to create too many victims, and you're going to catch that one brother or that one female that's packing. And you're going to coming out your mouth with all this cursing and swearing and making threats, and you're going to get shot. Now, why? Am I calling for that? No, never. I would never make threats. I don't believe in them. What I'm saying is you're going to push your people so far to where they start arming themselves and doing it. Why? Because you have made them shell-shocked and you have given them PTSD. And their defense is going to be, I have seen so many of my brothers and sisters get murdered when these cops start yelling, cursing out of my name, grabbing their guns, make unreasonable demands. So I protected myself. I feared for my life. Now, they may still fry, or they might go to jail for life, but I tell you, they have a point and they have a reason. All you gotta do is go back and play all these freaking tapes of all these black people that has been murdered for escalation of police. Not escalation of the black people, but the escalation coming from police officers. There's no way in hell that they can't make a case that they were fearing for their life because of what they've seen on TV, what's happening to friends, and everything else, and they didn't want to become another hashtag or another number. Hell, the ACLU should have a field day with that. There's no way you should be able to lose. There's evidence everywhere. People are shell-shocked. Black people are scared. They got PTSD. They are worried about being murdered. If this was white people, this was happening to, if a white dude would have blew the head off another white guy's head that was a cop, hey, they've seen movies. They've seen this. They've seen all this kind of stuff going on. You can't really blame them. Hey, it's the world we live in. And I'm just saying that's unfortunately might become a situation in the future. I hope not, but they talk about the swiftness of when they were taken into arrested and all this other kind of stuff. Of course not. This is, of course, we all know the reason why these black guys were arrested. You had a brand new captain who was a police officer. She's black, and you had a DA that was black. Okay. Well, no, I'm sorry. We had a brand new DA. So they said, oh, they all came together. Excuse me. They said that this was important. We have to get out in front of this. We bring in your lawyers too. The cops like, bring in your lawyers to the family and everybody. Come and watch this. Come watch this. No, it's much easier to make it look as if because you are a new chief and you're black that you're pulling no punches. It's so easy to say that we got a new DA and we got a new chief that we're trying to do this the right way. But what it actually is you're not going to get any pushback. There's not going to be any pushback from you putting away 5 niggas in jail. None at all. You killed your own. You're not going to get any pushback from your law enforcement buddies. You're not going to get any pushback from the DA. You're not going to get any pushback from anybody because these were black men who committed this crime. Now, if this would have been 5 white boys from Memphis, Tennessee, that were police officers, I wonder if the same thing would have happened as quick. And I'm in no rush to see if that's the case or if it happens again. I'm just saying, I don't think it would have happened that quick. We love to think so. We would love to think so. And I know Benjamin Crump is saying, well, this is going to serve as the blueprint. So next time people can't hide behind and say, we need 2 years, we need this. No, Benjamin Crump. The thing is this. It don't matter what happened in Memphis, Tennessee, because when you go state to state to state to state to state, they got different rules. And that's all they're going to claim. They're going to try to kill another nigga there and say, hey, we got rules in this county, and we decide, not Benjamin Crump, not anybody else, when we give the tape away. We'll give the tape away when we're good and ready. That's how they stall for time. You think they don't give away that ploy? Unless they're ordered to give up that tape immediately, they're not giving up that tape. Just because this happened in Memphis, Tennessee, you had a black captain and a new DA. That don't mean all the rest of them, these southern states or northern states are going to do that. Or western states are going to do that. You got lucky one time with that. And that's it. And they seem to mobilize Memphis, Tennessee, ready for some big fight more than they did anything else. Now, if you'd had cops out there mobilizing to protect this brother in the first place, maybe this wouldn't have happened. You had cops standing around in Memphis, not even trying to help this brother. They assume he did something wrong. They so scared of cops. Cops are the biggest gangs in the United States. They're the biggest gangs ever. They're the biggest gangs. Some of them got tats. They're gangs inside of the police department. Some of them got tats on their arms. Part of gangs, anti-crime units. Everybody in the police station trying to be badasses. They trying to be like they want to go. Look, if you want to go to the army, you want to go to war, go to war. Don't be fighting a war against me and I haven't done anything. So there used to be a time when cops used to be scared of the ghetto. They used to be scared of the hood. Remember that shit? Back in the early 80s and shit? They were scared of them. They were scared to go in there. So they don't even fuck with gangbangers and stuff like that anymore. They don't do that. No. They go get innocent African Americans who are unarmed and kill them. Pick fights with them and kill them. And say, I did it because he didn't follow my commands. We're going to hold their arms behind their back and tell my camera, put your arms behind your back. My arm is behind my back. You basically breaking their arms. Tell them, give me your hands, give me your hands. And then you say something like, where is my gun? Or you grabbed my gun. Sorry. Now, you grab my gun is code for, we're about to escalate this. I'm about to put two in them. I really am. I'm about to put some heat in them. That's what that's code for. Give me your hands is code that we're going to beat the shit out you. And they already have their hands. Have you ever seen a child? Have you ever spanked a child when you was younger? Y'all, you know, get your ass whooped by somebody, and your mom and dad tell you, be still, be still. Who do you know is still when you getting your ass whooped? If a motherfucker is still when they getting their ass whooped, either one or two things that happen. One, your parents ain't hitting worth a damn, or two, that kid is psychotic. Because anytime somebody getting the brakes beat off of them, they're gonna move. Because we don't like pain normally. We don't like pain. So when you putting your knees in people, you kicking people, be still, be still. Let me kick you in the ribs. Be still, be still. Let me twist your arm so you scream. Be still, be still. Let me do this to you. And then you lie and you got your camera on because you don't care because you know it doesn't matter. Like we said, you reap what you sow. So when these cops be winding up dead certain places, they talking about all this, that, and the other, and all this kind of stuff. It's funny when cops get killed by people, they got a code. See, oh, cop killer on loose. That means they're going for broke. Whoever they find, they murdering. They're not trying to bring them in. They murdering them. Now, if you're a white boy, they'll bring you in safe. They'll bring you in safe. If you're a brother, they murdering you. See, it's funny how the cops can get payback, but the general public can't. We have to swallow it, and they get to take their revenge. They have way too much power. NCIC, all this other kind of stuff. They got faxes. They got this. They can check your name out on databases. All they need is your first and last name. They can look you up, find out where you live, and everything else about you. That is too much power for some motherfucker that just came off the street, took a bullshit test, and they can get in there and get my name, address, where I live, where I work, people I work with, and all that kind of shit. See if I got a criminal record. All this kind. No, that's way too much. That's way too much. I want about 5 degrees for you to be able to have that much access to me. I mean, there are people in barbershops that got more degrees and certifications than these fucking cops. And got more stiffer penalties too. Bar association can take away your license. Same thing can happen with doctors. Take away your license. You can't practice no more. You gonna tell me you can't take away an officer's license? He's the first one that should be able to be taken away. He can murder people. You should be able to have to get a license, and that license can be taken away from you, and you can never practice again, not even as a security guard, ever. That's how it should be. I guarantee you, if that was the case, 2 things. I'll give you 3 things. 3 things to stop cops from doing this. You get them a certification situation where you can take it away and can never be a cop again. Number 2, you black folks, start getting life insurance policies on your loved ones. See, because insurance ain't gonna play. They ain't gonna play with these cops out here. Murder somebody when you give some full insurance on them. Get insurance on your loved ones. See if that's going to, I guarantee you that will put a stop to the murders. Put life insurance on them. See, I'm serious. Put life insurance on them. See what happens. Put life insurance on and insure all your loved ones. I guarantee you these insurance agencies, oh man, they're not going to be playing with that bullshit. Not at all. Okay, for my last one. This comes from Kentucky. I'm gonna set this up for y'all. This is about a woman. No, I'm sorry. This is about the Republican Women Club of South Central Kentucky. They were hosting fired Sergeant Madeline, one of the guys who shot 6 shots into Breonna Taylor's house. He got shot himself too. He still to this day says he thinks that it was her boyfriend that was shooting at them that started it all. But the point was they seemed to be honoring this police officer at a restaurant called Anna's. Now, this place was supposedly stacked like 3 or 4 floors. Now, I don't know how, but he seemed to have video and still pictures of Breonna Taylor's live action murder that he was showing. He had stills and a video. And people that were eating on the lower floor said it was disgusting. They could hear everything. It was loud. It was graphic. They heard the police coming in and all the cursing and all this kind of stuff they was doing. The shooting of Breonna Taylor, all this kind of stuff that was going on. They could hear it and see some stuff, I guess, off the walls and stuff like upstairs or whatever the case may be. They said they couldn't enjoy their dinner. It was disgusting. How did this man get access to the footage and these stills? I'm sure there's some stuff you could get off TV and stuff like that, but they made it like he had like the footage, you know what I'm saying? And he got a roaring, thunderous applause, according to the people that was eating there. They said it was disgusting, deplorable, and I'm just like, wow. And I'm like, well, you know, this is a place called Anna's, and she can bring in anybody she wants to support. It's her establishment, but maybe I should put her on blast. Maybe she didn't know what's going on in the restaurant, but whatever the case may be, the people were the Republican Women's Club of South Central Kentucky. These are the people that were watching this and clapping thunderous applause for this ex-officer who was showing them clips of a black woman's murder. Now, it's amazing to me how there hasn't been like top news and everywhere. But like I said, black bodies being murdered and being put up to be seen and mocked is nothing new for this country. I mean, that was the birth of this, as you call it, the birth of this nation, really. I mean, they used to bring their children out to watch them hang black people, to watch them burn them, to watch them cut their ears off, their penises off. I don't know what was up with the penis and stuff like that. I don't know if it was dick envy or whatever, but they made a big point to cut people's black dudes' penises off. I never understood it had to be penis envy. I don't know. Maybe that's where that big joke came from, but it had to be. Why are you gonna cut off somebody's balls and all this stuff? That's just not necessary. Why are you trying to berate someone so bad in that part of their body? Says a lot. But yeah, you got to realize. So, and that's what Desantis doesn't want young kids to learn, is that this used to be things that you would go to have a picnic with. You killing black people hanging from trees or burning them, and y'all be out there eating fried chicken and drinking soda pop and watermelon. You know, all the bullshit things that y'all say we do, that y'all love too. Remember, we didn't come from this country. We was brought here. And we didn't bring no chicken with us. So y'all would sit there and eat chicken and watermelon and drink your soda pop while black dudes been hanging and showing your kids what needed to be seen. Now, if they ain't the most disgusting sight, you know, that's worse than any black on black crime I could ever see, because at least I know with black on black crime in ghettos and crime and criminality and situations that happen, I know why. We are broken people because of what's been done to us. I get that. I get that 100%. When you see people struggling for jobs or scrambling for jobs and they break the law to get it, selling dope or whatever, or it's senseless, it's stupid, but I can understand the idea of it because of the fact that you are broken. I understand it because you are broken. I don't agree with it, but I understand it because you're broken. You got these white people over here that came over here. Most of them chose to come over here. And you're killing African Americans for what reason? It doesn't matter. You have everything that you need, but you're killing African Americans, hanging them by trees, burning them at the stake like they're witches, and everything else for entertainment. Like we're in the Colosseum in Rome. You wanted entertainment. A lot of these times you would lie on these African men to have somebody to kill, and you treat it like a carnival. But we're the bad guys. We're the bad guys. We're the one with the black on black crime. We're the one with this going on. We're the one with that going on. But your whole world was created in darkness and evilness. This is Black History Month. I'm going to get real with y'all. Y'all should see the footage of the tapes and the stories. You can't even put that shit on Facebook and Instagram. You can't show them it was burning a black man at the stake. You can't show that? No, that's too much. That's too much. Why can't you show the truth? Because they don't want nobody to see them doing that shit. They don't want nobody to see them doing that. That's what they did for fun. Happy Black History Month to y'all. That's my time. I think I managed to cover everything today. Man, this is a good time. I will be coming to you live with more information, more Lee's Corners specials are coming. I'm gonna try to get some people on the show with me. I gotta get some more people on the show with me. I mean, I'm good by myself, but let's face it, I love talking to other people and getting other people's input. I really do. So until next time, thank you for everybody supporting me. Like I said, it'll be below where you can donate to help out Phoenix22rising.com, Phoenix22 Rising Productions, Lee's Corner. We still doing what we got now? It'll be below what we're doing. So please feel free to donate, please. That's how we keep everything going. That's how we keep everything moving. If y'all want to keep this situation going, where I keep bringing y'all all this news from a Black perspective, I will still be here. Thank you very much. And don't forget to watch your next Lee's Corner, where we talk about the things you want to talk about. Till next time.